Paradox CCG here. I'm Ryan and I'm bringing you guys a new Baby Raccoon deck profile. It's been a while, and since the format has changed since I've last posted a video, I thought I would post a new video. Basically, you just play it like an OTK deck, like every other deck that's good this format. If you can't win turn 2, it's really difficult to outplay your opponent because Pepe will destroy you, and Cosmo will destroy you. It's just really difficult. And I'm not going to be playing this deck as much anymore since I have Fluffles now. They can OTK much better than this deck can, but it's a good deck to just have for fun. Even though it can OTK kind of well, it's not as consistent as Fluffles. So I'll bring you guys this deck profile, but it's not going to be as amazing as I would expect, or as you guys would expect, as I would hope. So let's get started. So the monster lineup is pretty standard. I think it was about the same as last time. It's 3 Ponpoko, 2 Tantan. Of course, I cut down the Tantans to 2. I hated to have to do this, but I did it because I needed more room and for consistency issues. I play 2 Valerophon. Valerophon definitely is a 2 of. Some people would play it at 3. I could play it at 3, but I would rather play other things. 2 Wind-Up Kittens, and the 1 Kalantosa. These cards are definitely really good to have in the deck. I always keep Wind-Up Kitten as a 2 of. I could never cut this down to 1. It's just so good to be able to drop it and bounce and then use it to make an Aturi Beast, bring it back with Valerophon, or Ayers Rock and bounce another thing. It really helps with the OTK. 1 Cerebral. It's just good as a 1 of. You don't really need to make Unicore as much if you can OTK, but it's still good to go into. And 1 Triada to round off the beasts. I play 1 Junk Synchron just to make the level 5s easier. 1 Thunder King, of course. And 1 Vanity's Fiend. I'm not sure if I had this last time, but 1 Vanity's Fiend in the main deck really helps a lot, because your opponent really cannot get over this if you have this out turn 1, or any other way, it's just really difficult to get over it. And for the spells, 3 Obedient Schooled, as usual, and 3 Ayers Rock. If you get 1 Obedient Schooled and 1 Ayers Rock in your hand, it's really difficult for your opponent to get around that. All the plays you can make are just ridiculous. Next, we have 3 Upstarts. I needed to play Upstarts, unfortunately. It's really inconsistent, this format, because if you can't win game 2 or turn 2, it's just, you get blown up. And you really need to have that extra consistency. 2 Instant Fusions for the Nodin and Fusionist. 2 Deck Lockdowns. I took out the mistakes and put them in the side deck so that I can main deck Lockdown. It really helps against Pepe because they can't summon from the deck with deck Lockdown. 2 United We Stand. Like I said, this has to be an OTK build or else you will get destroyed. So United We Stand is like your win condition. For the 1-ubs, I have Soul Charge and Regeki. Regeki just so that if you have the OTK, you can destroy all your opponent's monsters and go for that. And Soul Charge so that you can just keep making your plays. For the traps I really had trouble with. Half of them I didn't want to play, but I felt like I really needed to. 2 Fiendish Chain. Like I said, I didn't really want to play Fiendish Chain, but I felt that I kind of had to. 2 Call of the Haunted so that you can do Duloran loops. 2 Mirror Force to stop OTKs. And then the 1-ofs, 1 Vanities, and 1 Solemn Warning. For the extra deck, I have 2 Sandayus. This is basically how you OTK, you just get the tokens out. 1 Centauria, and 1 Downard. For the fusions, 1 Nodin and 1 Fusionist. This is to loop with Duloran and other level 6s And Fusionist is a really, really good way to get out Naturi Beast turn 1. And for the synchros, Herald Bark Light and Unicore for the level 4s. This is really good against Infernoids and Lightsworn decks. And it's just, of course, it's a Solemn Judgment, and then Unicore is Unicore. Level 5s, I play 1 Catastor, 1 Armades, and 2 Naturi Beast. Catastor and Armades are just generic level 5s that are really, really good against a lot of decks this format. Like, Cosmo and Pepe can't really get past Catastor easily. Armades is Armades, and then, of course, you have to have 2 Naturi Beast. I like 2 because if they get over 1, you can just make another one. It's just a really good 2 of. And the level 6s, I have 1 Duloran, 1 Barkion, and 1 Goyo Guardian. I like Duloran a lot because you can just make it with Nodin, and then if you have Call of the Haunted set, you can use Call of the Haunted, bring back Nodin, bring back another tuner, and then bounce Call of the Haunted back to your hand so you can use Nodin again next turn. And Naturi Barkion is Barkion, and Goyo is Goyo. I'm not sure what to cut for Goyo, or I really kind of want to cut Goyo to put something else in because Goyo is not nearly as good as it used to be. But I don't know what else I would put in. Maybe a 3rd Sandayu to help with the OTKing. And for the extra deck, I have different sleeves for the extra deck because I'm using the extra deck for my Fluffles, so bear with me here. 3 Imperial Iron Wall, obviously you really need this card in your extra deck. 2 Shadow Mirrors and 2 Light Mirrors. Shadow Mirror and Light Mirror, of course, are really, really good side deck cards. 2 Mistakes, because you just really need to stop your opponent from searching, and you don't search in this deck. And for the monsters, the 2nd Vanity's Fiend, and 2 Flying Seas. And for the spells, 3 MSTs. I would probably cut them for maybe 2 Maxis, or just leave them because MST is really good. Or maybe you can cut them for Twin Twister. You can discard Cerberol and plus off that. Twin Twister is a pretty good card. It just came out. I'm going to be using that in my Fluffles, so I'll have access to that. So maybe I'll throw that in also. So there you guys have it. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Let us know what you think of this deck profile. I'm thinking of doing a new segment where I show off banned cards and explain why they're banned. A lot of people have questions about banned cards, and there are a lot of videos about banned cards on YouTube that are pretty outdated, and I would like to do an update video for those. So yeah, peace out, guys.